as well. What is... Oh, that's what I'm missing. Duh. Howdy. Oh, check, check, check. Okay, my mic's still turned up on this side. That's good. That is good. Let's turn back on our... All-in-one notifications, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. What's going on, Marissa? Jeez. Always number one. Oh, I gotta check on something. What I'm gonna start doing from now on, at least when I do severe weather, I probably can't do it because I need to use all three screens. But I have my Discord open fully on my right screen right now because when I'm not doing severe weather, I don't need all three screens because I like to have chasers and stuff on one of them. But so I can like read through Discord and stuff now while I stream and actually see what you guys are telling me.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Nebraska seeing snow anytime soon? Yeah, and I'm so annoyed. I put so much work into this Discord, and I update it for like 30 to 40 minutes every morning. I really want to know how many people actually look at the daily weather updates that I update every single morning. But it's like I did so much work in the Discord. I update it nonstop, but I have no time to ever read what's going on in it. Like I feel like I'm not a part of my own Discord community because all I'm doing is dealing with the updates and issues and stuff with the Discord instead of being able to be involved in the conversation. But I'll hopefully get some help with that moving forward. I'll figure it out. All right, someone said something about Nebraska. Nebraska seeing snow anytime soon? I mean, look, the 12Z Euro went wild. Okay, don't believe everything you see here, but short term, I mean, look at this big, humongous blizzard for Nebraska. And this, I wouldn't call this La La Land. This is 240 hours out. It's on the border of La La Land, that's for sure. But that good sign for you. And then boom, boom, boom. I mean, Nebraska's got 3 chances for big snow on the latest Euro run. So definitely a pattern that supports snow through potentially even Kansas City, Omaha, and Nebraska. So yeah, it's not going to be this week, but moving into next week, we're going to see those chances go up. Faux show. Oh yeah, good pattern for you guys. What's going on, guys? Definitely good setup for Nebraska moving forward here. I think the upper Midwest is going to see some really nice stuff here. I want to open the Graphcast. Graphcast. Yeah, let's take a look at the latest with the Graphcast. Let's go to, guys, if you don't know what this is supposed to be our next-gen AI. It's supposed to be the best weather model we had, but it's still kind of training because it's artificial intelligence. It's only had 2 years for anyone who hasn't been in my other lives. But I do want to see, now that it has the 00Z run, or the 12Z run through for today, what it's doing around, let's look at the 25th. So it does keep that snow a little bit farther to the north. Right there. Okay. And then now we're getting into the 26th, the 27th, a little bit of snow moving down here. All right. 27th. Here we go. You can see the cold is here, though. You can see the cold is there. Look at that snow down here. Right here on the 29th. Look at another big snowstorm on the Graphcast here. This is a gigantic snowstorm. This is the southern, central, and northern plains. That's everyone. That's everyone in the plains, basically. At least Oklahoma and up. Maybe even panhandle of Texas. Let's look at that. This is the Graphcast. Again, you don't know that this is going to happen, but I am interested to see what these, kind of better models that we're using this year are looking like. 29, again, 8 days out. I wouldn't call it complete La La Land. We know we have this pattern setting up, but is the snow going to be exactly here? Absolutely not. But we'll get some sort of, we could get, I think there's a chance we get a version of this. Maybe it's here, maybe it's here, maybe it's here. But we'll get a version of this snow moving through the plains, I think, after Thanksgiving. The Graphcast, look at that, guys. I know you don't see like the state boundaries, but I'll try my best to draw them in for you. There you go. Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Dakotas. I think I did that wrong because then you got Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana. Oh, shoot. No, I did it wrong. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia. Okay, there. I tried. There's kind of the states. I can do it. If I took my time, I'd probably actually get it pretty accurate. But yeah, I mean, this is the plains. This is all the plains. So cool. Pretty cool shot there from the graph. Pretty cool opportunity there on the Graphcast. I mean, not for everyone. I mean, look at this. Ooh, ice. In this type of situation, though, the rain and the ice and the snow quickly hopefully wouldn't be a big ice storm, Anyways, so yeah. But what I find interesting is the Graphcast, and the Graphcast, and I think the Graphcast and Euro AI are both learning from the Euro. But it's funny because you look at the Graphcast and Euro have been completely some sketchies going on here, guys. Don't make fun of my drawing here. Some sketchies going on here because the Graphcast is not supposed to just be. The Graphcast should not be seeing the same thing the European model sees out at the same distance every single run. The Graphcast and Euro both saw a nor'easter potential out here yesterday, the same run, the same hour, and they both see the exact same thing here. I'm talking rain to ice to snow in the exact locations at the same time out on their 12Z runs. Does anyone find that a little bit suspicious? It makes me feel like that Graphcast isn't actually pulling this historical data and training itself. It looks to me like it's a copy and paste of the Euro currently. Does anyone else see that? Here's the Euro, and this has been happening run to run. Here's the Euro. Do you guys see that? A little bit sketchy to me. Do those look similar, guys? I definitely did my drawing correctly, by the way. You see what I'm saying? Look at even the rain down at the bottom. I don't know. It looks like a copy and paste to me. It looks like something's going wrong with the Graphcast, and they're like, just throw the Euro data on it real quick. I don't know. The European and Graphcast are really, really similar on every single run. I think I'm being baited. Models changed drastically from major cold to nothing much, as my weather station says. Same. What the cold is still showing. The cold is still showing. It's a little bit delayed. The outlook is still, the 3 to 4 week outlook is still cold for everyone in here from the Climate Prediction Center. That has not changed. The first push of cold got de-amplified. That first trough, instead of digging like this, is now expected to kind of dig like this, not really push into the south as much. But the trough right after that and right after that are still expected to bring all that cold down. So I wouldn't really say it's like a cold to nothing. The timeline shifted a little bit for the actual Arctic air to sink in. Because what you have up here, if you look over the top, but yes, oh my gosh, the de-amplification of the trough from yesterday to today. Yesterday, the Euro said we were going to have something like this, our trough, which would give us a potential for a nor'easter type system up for the mid-Atlantic, especially New England. And yeah, today, it completely flattened out the trough. If you actually go back to right here. All right, let him say hi to stream. He can say hi to stream. Come here, Fisher. Say hi to stream real quick, okay? Wait. Give me 1 second. Let's go. All right, say hi to stream.
Say hi to stream.
No. Don't say hi. Just really quick. Just go. Hi, stream.
Hi, stream.
Good job. Yeah, stream said hi. Stream said, aw. Look, stream said, Marissa said, hi, buddy. Can you say hi, Marissa?
Hi, Isabel.
Oh, that was close enough. He said Marissa Bell. Ugh. All right. Okay. Daddy will be done soon, okay? Thank you. Marissa Bell. Combination of Marissa and Isabel. Hey, little dude. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Anthony. But yeah. Yesterday we saw, and actually the 12Z is kind of pushing back towards it. Here's the 00Z, by the way, guys. This morning, here's the 00Z this morning. This is what our trough is doing on the euro. Okay. Yes, correct. Yesterday that trough was going like this. So that did. Yes, the cold is not. It's not as cold right there around Thanksgiving. But if you do watch what happens right after it, if we go into the 12Z, it kind of corrected itself today. Look, today it actually got the trough farther to the south. So it's actually re-amplifying the trough. And right behind it, it's saying, holy smokes, we could get snow into Dallas, Texas. That's what it's saying today. Yes, that is the European model saying snow into Dallas, Texas on December 3rd. Probably not going to happen. But it even showing that as a possibility just shows you what's lingering up here, guys. The core of our cold air right now, if you take a look at this, and you can see it as we move forward in time, here is the core. Here's the core of our cold air right here. See these high pressures lining up? This is the core of our cold air, these high pressures right here. And as soon as this falls, which it's coming, it's going to collapse. It's a timing issue. We're not sure about the time. See those high pressures move south. This is that cold air collapsing with it. You have your clockwise air with these high pressures. So boom. And then suddenly look what happens to all of our highs. They collapse into the U.S. with that Arctic air. This right here, we're talking about negative 30 to negative 40 degrees below average possible anomalies, high-end anomalies if that happens. I don't want to get anyone too excited, but yeah, the euro goes absolutely crazy with snow in the south, in the southern plains. I mean, like absolutely insane. Snow through Oklahoma City and Dallas, Texas, and the odds of that are still way out there. We're going to see the model. We're going to see this adjust on the 00Z. The 12Z tomorrow might be completely gone, but again, you look at this and you say, okay, well, this is why everyone's yelling about such a crazy pattern in December, because models even entertaining crazy solutions like this is something to kind of wake you up, because they see weird things going on in the atmosphere. But we know what that weird thing is. Sudden stratosphere. We have the earliest sudden stratospheric warming event in history going on right now. We've never had one in November, and it's been confirmed. So, well, in recorded history, we think there was one in, I think, 54 and 58 before the satellite era, but we can't confirm it because we didn't have satellites. We said data, ground data. Oh, don't forget the KC. Oh, yeah. I think everyone in here knows how to locate Kentucky. Right, guys? Everyone in here knows how to locate Kentucky. Right? On a map. All you have to do is put on the chef's hat, which is Minnesota. Draw the face in right there, which is Iowa. Put on the T-shirt right there. That's Missouri. Put on the pants, which is Arkansas. There's his sweaty feet, which is Louisiana, of course. Just kidding. I love you, Louisiana. There is his pan. All right, guys, don't get crazy, please. Let's keep it mature. That's his pan. All right? You guys are ridiculous. And then there's the fried chicken, which, of course, Kentucky fried chicken. You think that you think our founding fathers did this by accident? They knew what they were doing. There's a purpose. There's a reason behind everything, guys. There's a reason behind everything. Kentucky fried chicken as Kentucky. Smelly feet as Louisiana. Look, nosy Iowa. There's a reason behind everything. Anyways, yeah, what kind of questions do you guys have? It was planned out. There's no way. It's in plain sight. It's right here in the middle of our country. Lincoln, Nebraska snow totals. Sure, we'll entertain some snow totals here moving forward. We're getting some stuff. How about we do this? Let's not go crazy. I'm not going to show you this. Well, I just showed you it. Erase this from your brain, because guess what? We could even see snow here at this range. We don't really know that far out. Let's do a more reasonable range. We're going to stop right here. We're going to stop December 1st. This is 10 days. It's not the 11, 12, 13, 14 is complete craziness after 250 hours. This is a signal for 10 days, which is still pretty far, but there's our signal for 10 days. Okay. pretty crazy signal. Of course, after 10 days, they're thinking snow through this region, which is wild. So if you guys want to, screenshot that one more time just for fun. But anyways, this is kind of that short-term signal. And what would these snow totals look like if it were to occur? What's our Euro model teasing you guys with? Oh Lord. Yeah, foot or two in Omaha. Sorry, that's not Omaha. A few inches, 4 inches in Omaha. This is what's our one out here in South Dakota? Oh Lord, help me. Sioux Falls. Thank you. Let me close this up. This is our one out here. Yep. So up here, yeah, it's thinking we could get 42 inches into the Dakotas. Wildness, central Minnesota, 40 inches. I don't know about that. Foot maybe into Minneapolis. Some big snow totals there for eastern Colorado. I'm sure they'd be happy about this. This is 10 days out though. What am I more confident in? Let's push out 160 hours. This is what I'm confident in. Okay. Now I am confident in snow through here and snow through here. I've been saying this for 2 weeks. It looks like we're going to have a winter storm track through the plains for Thanksgiving. It's been looking like that for a while. But we still, again, what's today? Friday? I said Saturday. I said, give me to the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll have some confidence in our storm track. So I think I might need another 24 to 48 hours. These will get into our nice 4 to 5 day forecasting range. And we can really start having some fun with it. But anyways, yeah, I mean, here, if you guys want to take a look at what the latest GFS shows, I want to build an igloo, make it snow. Yeah, me too. The nor'easter was completely erased. Yeah, but there's going to be plenty of opportunities, guys, for mid-Atlantic snow and mid-Atlantic coastal snow and New England coastal snow in December. Trust me, you'll have your opportunities here. I wouldn't say plenty, but you'll have a few. It's way too good of a pattern. We're going to get that negative NAOs likely set up in the second, third week of December, and there's going to be the moisture and cold and enough air heading out towards the east, towards the mid-Atlantic region, towards New England. So you're going to have your opportunities very likely. Again, in the short term, in the medium range, our GFS also agrees this same type of area. I've been shouting this from the rooftops for a couple of weeks now. The stuff gets going in the plains around Thanksgiving. I'm not always correct, but I think I was leaning it in the right direction for this one. Obviously, I'm not always correct. I'm not a prophet. The Euro AI continues to really, yeah, there you go. This is actually great to see in the medium range. GFS, Euro AI, all still picking this. Remember my video and my live stream a couple of days ago, guys, when we looked at 103 different ensemble models, and I said 65% of them, we'll say 65 to 75% of them showed this as a solution. Well, that really pushes me in that direction. So the planes still look good for the first shots of cold air, but we're just talking late November, early December. We're going to get stuff as we get into the second week of December that looks like it's going to want to favor the Ohio Valley and east. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at our weeklies. Upper air heights, 500 millibar height anomaly, North America. Okay. Here's the first week of December. Notice, are you shocked why we're seeing the possibility for snowstorms through this region? That cold air, that pattern, a little bit of a ridge out east, early December. It's just a delay. There comes the cold air. Second week of December. There it is. This feels like it's inevitably going to set up just because of the collapse that we're having from the north of that Arctic air because of all the polar vortex disruption. There's this kind of circular blocking around this cold air here. When you get in that really negative EPO, still really negative EPO up here, kind of a neutral PNA, you got a ridge right here. It's kind of a negative NAO setting up just to the east of this troughing. And then you got some blocking down here as well. So second week, this is what, but look, it sits over the east, through Christmas, through New Year's, through the beginning of January. It thinks you're going to have a cold troughing pattern here from the second week of December all the way through the first week of January. So when I tell you guys, erase the nor'easter, no, your chances are gone. Your chances got shoved back about 5 to 6 days, which I know is annoying. You guys want some early season snow. I know. Marissa Larry Morgan. Nalix Music. Clint, what's going on? The nor'easter. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do change. Yeah, I agree, Jan. They change so quickly. It can just exactly nor'easter. The next day, gone. Zonal flow. Any more severe weather or flooding For the Southern Plains? Yeah. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let's turn off our... Here's the temperatures, by the way. If you guys want to know what a southeastern ridge is, there's a warm air. Pretty cool throughout the rest of the country. This is actually slightly above average, honestly, for this time of year. Slightly above average in here. But, again, it's not, like, flaming hot like it is down here. You'll get some cool air being pushed into Texas in a few days, and really 4 or 5 days. And this ridge is likely to remain down here in the southeast for a little bit until we get into mid to late December. Let's take off our temperatures real quick. Let's go into our outlook, and let's take a look at our categorical risk for today. Still right here. Is he chasing? I'll chase around here. So let's go to our composite, and let's put our... Okay, it's not letting me do the split. Let's do... Give me a second, guys. Share... Yeah. Split view. No, I don't need... Actually, I don't want split view. That's not what I meant to say. Split view. Expert mode is what I want. Expert mode. Okay. So let's overlay these, and it's still not letting me do it. All right. There it is. So here's your threat today for strong to severe thunderstorms, categorical risk. Tornado, there's your tornado threat. We got a wind threat. We almost always have one, and the hail threat's gone. So wind, tornado. Jackson, Mississippi, Meridian, Mississippi, Laurel, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, up through Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Columbus, Tupelo, Gadsden, Alabama, Tupelo, Mississippi, Florence, Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, up through Nashville, Nashville, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then up towards Bowling Green, Kentucky. If you're even anywhere around those cities, you're in a 2% tornado risk for today. I will say, and let's go through the latest HRRR. There's been a downtrend in this today. We'll get back to kind of winter updates, guys, but this is important to go through. HRRR, I guess we'll just look at the 20Z composite reflectivity. Okay. This is when when the concern is. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. So we can see it better. All right. So there we go. Here's the latest HRRR. There it is. Moving forward, not much of a concern right now. This is when we get concerned. This discrete setup out here, it's not looking like much, guys. But this is late in the evening. We're talking maybe around 10, 11 p.m., maybe 9 to 11 p.m. Start to get some discrete cells forming out here. You could get a spin up. It's not looking very impressive. I'd still say keep your eye on the sky, especially if you're out in this region. With the latest HRRR, you can see we're getting a little bit more of discrete action through here. Do we have a SIGTOR out through here? We still do. You know, southwestern Kentucky and potentially approaching Nashville. So possibility for some spin-ups today. Marginal tornado risk, you can see right here. SRH at 154, 25 knot low-level shear. That's not amazing. 623 Cape. It's not looking that impressive, but keep your weather alerts on. Tornadoes possible today through that region. It is. Hardly any snow and cold at all. Northern Georgia got snow before us in western. Oh, Northern Georgia got snow before us. Did Northern Georgia get snow? Yeah, they got a little sprinkle. Yeah, but I promise you they won't beat your snow total this winter. Yeah. You're saying in Montana, you've got some huge snow on the horizon here for you guys, it looks like. So I wouldn't worry here if you're out there in western Montana. You got some big snow. You have like 3 or 4 big snow opportunities here in the next 2 weeks. And one right here in the short term around the 24th. You got another good opportunity here. Really good opportunity here around the 27th, 28th, around Thanksgiving time. Another big opportunity right there around December 3rd, December 4th on the latest Euro. So you got some good opportunities in Montana moving forward. You will way surpass northern Georgia. North Mississippi here. Yep, keep those alerts on. Love the double stream. Yeah, I would do it more if I had more time, you know. Friday, I got off work a little bit early, so. Believe me, I mean, the whole goal is for me to do this full time. I need to grow my channel. I need to be able to make enough to live off this full time. But as soon as I can, I will be doing, I am doing this full time, which is hopefully the goal by next year or sometime next year, then I'll always be doing double streams. And my streams will be longer too. Laddie, I appreciate you. And every time I get off, I don't want to get off. Dallas, Fort Worth snow. So you're saying there's a chance. That's what I'll tell you. 294 hours out on the Euro. How likely is it? Not very likely. But Do we expect it to get cold enough in Dallas for snow over the next 2 weeks? Yeah, I think it will get cold enough for it. Oh, I can't read that. Oh, there it is. Chronic, $2 super chat. I appreciate you. What do you think about Aberdeen, South Dakota? I think I know where Aberdeen is. Let me just double check. What do you guys, right up there? Kind of northeastern. Yeah, kind of up there towards northeastern South Dakota. Sure. Well, you're in a great spot. You're in a great spot. Opportunity. I would say there's still, even though you see the snow farther to the north right here on the Euro, I'd say this is still a good opportunity. I would say this is still a good opportunity because there's still some members that actually bring this low pressure up a little bit delayed, and then you get snow wrapping around the back. So even as early as the 24th late or the 25th early throughout the day of the 25th, you could actually see snow there. And that's when the big punch of cold comes for you, by the way, as well. 24th, 25th. Right now it's looking like that snow wants to stay to the north, but there's a possibility right there. And then you get very, very, very frigid temperatures. Another snow opportunity out here towards the 27th, 28th, and then huge snow opportunity here around the 29th, 30th of November. And this isn't too far out. We're talking about 200 hours out. So these are realistic scenarios here. You get farther out past this, and it becomes a little bit harder to believe. There's still kind of a realistic scenario here. We got the Graphcast agreeing with it. I still think the Graphcast is just copying the Euro right now. I don't know why. But and the GFS sees this too. So model consensus is good within 200 hours too on snow for most of South Dakota, not just Aberdeen. Yeah, appreciate you, Chronic. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Again, we're seeing a pattern 250 hours out, not completely la-la land, setting up like this. I just showed you on the European weeklies. They were thinking we were going to get this kind of troughing like this out east in early December. Our models have pushed it back to like the 5th, the 6th of December. They just pushed it back 5 or 6 days. So we're going to start what it looks like is some nice 500 millibar troughing through this region with a little bit of a ridge out here to start December. And then as we get into the second week of December, that transfers out to the east, and that's when I think Indiana's going to really see their opportunities. Tennessee should sit right outside of that southeastern ridge, but it's going to be close. Most models do have Tennessee. Most models do have this southeastern ridge setting up kind of like this. We'll say like this. So Tennessee is going to be really close because you're going to have heat that's trying to, push up against this kind of polar jet as it tries to dive down. It really depends how strong this southern ridge holds. Does it hold all the way up to, central Tennessee? Does it hold south of Tennessee, allowing, which would be great if it held just south of Tennessee, because then not only are you not in the heat, but you get moisture along the northern end of that ridge as it collides with our polar jet. So then you'd be in a really great opportunity for snow. So it really depends how the southeastern ridge sets up. It's a super hit or miss for Tennessee over the next couple of weeks. Can I give you a wave forecast? I don't think I can just pull that up out of nowhere. Actually, let me see. Windy. I think do I have wave forecasts on here? Actually, WeatherBell does that as well. WeatherBell does wave forecasts. But windy waves, it actually does swells. It depends where you're looking for. Why is this moving so slowly? Here's our wave forecast. This is wave though. This isn't swell. Ooh, look at Texas down here on the 29th. You'd want swells. Gulf Coast. Well, it depends where on the Gulf Coast, but not much in the way of swells here. Picking up. You get a little bit of action here as we get out towards the 29th and 30th. Look at this out here towards the 30th, the 1st of December, 2nd. So last couple days, 29th through the 30th of November, we get some swells pushing up here into the Gulf, and then early November as well, or early December, first couple days of December. Will Kansas City, Missouri get any snow? Hey, I saw a meteorologist that I really respect talking about the second week of December and who with the cities he thinks could see some surprise snow. He mentioned Philly. He mentioned New York City. He mentioned Omaha. He mentioned Chicago. He mentioned Kansas City. So, and I think that's because of this kind of pattern he expects to kind of set up, this trough to set up like this. and then you suddenly get a snowstorm that wants to develop through this region, which covers Omaha, Kansas City, Chicago. And then as that trough digs and maybe tilts, you get an opportunity out here for New York City and Philly. So I think that's what he's seeing. But yeah, you can see it right here. Boom. This would be a good development for all of those cities I just mentioned. You cover the first three there, and then you maybe get this one if it pushes far enough east. You cover the Atlantic coast out there. Is Lincoln, Nebraska getting robbed on the edge? I mean, Lincoln, Nebraska has a fantastic opportunity that's only about 200 hours out. It's farther than we like to kind of forecast, but the good news is you have the Euro AI and the GFS and the Graphcast seeing this outcome or something similar. So this isn't something that I'm writing off. It's something that I'm watching as a potential outcome or something like it. It's not going to be perfectly like this, obviously. Will it snow in OKC next Friday? I don't know where it's going to snow exactly 7 days out. I wouldn't expect any snow in OKC next Friday, though. If you do get snow, your opportunity is a little bit farther than that. There's a chance for some OKC snow, according to the Euro, around the 2nd or 3rd of December, but that's pretty far out. We don't want to put too much money on that. What about the northeast storm that was shown yesterday? Oh, it's gone. And it's gone. You know what they say. What are we talking about? What was it? This one we were talking about. Sorry. No, it was the, yeah, we can't even go far enough back now. Yeah, it changed up. I mean, that's what happens though. And it's not even that we're not going to have the opportunity for a nor'easter like that. It's the timeline's gotten pushed back probably, like I said, 5 or 6 days. Just because, and I showed you this earlier, the core of cold air, when does it drop? And I showed you where you get this grouping up of high pressures here. And this is really this is really what we're looking at as the vortex kind of displaced air, stratospheric polar vortex, SPV displaced air. This kind of chain of high pressures here. This is the core of the cold air. And it collapses a little bit later now, November 30th, December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd. And that's when that's when you're going to have the opportunity for a negative NAO setup, and it's going to, slowly transfer out to the east. It's just delayed a little bit. Do I think Southern Kentucky has a chance of seeing snow or ice? Yeah, I mean, everyone out east really does in December. Everyone from the plains out east does in December. Much of the country has enhanced chances for snow in December, guys. There's a reason NOAA's being so bullish with their precipitation and below average temperature outlook. It's because early season stratospheric polar vortex break in the combination with an eastern QBO and a La Nina. So it's a really good it's a really, really good setup for lots of below average temperatures for the month of December from coast to coast, and lots of above average snow opportunities for the month of December from coast to coast. We saw a similar setup, and whatever, people have been talking about it, but 83, I think it was, where it wasn't like one part of the country was colder, or one part was snowier. The whole country had a snowier, colder winter or December. They don't have the updated one here yet. But anyways, here's our 2 to 3 week temperature outlook. You can see really just compressing this. And like I said about Tennessee, it depends. Does this ridge set up farther to the south? Then you get a chance for snow through Tennessee, I think, in the second week of December, maybe second week of December. And then precipitation. Look at this. Below average temperatures up in this region and above average precipitation. You wonder why we're still thinking moving into the second week of December, you have kind of a nor'easter. You'll have a nor'easter type of opportunity. It's a pretty good setup, below average temperatures, above average precipitation from the Climate Prediction Center, but we're going to get a new update on this. I think it's going to be even colder and rainier with the new update. Although there's going to be a brief warm up there in December, mid-December. What's our latest national blend showing us? I'll keep answering questions. Give me a second. There's our latest national blend being much, much more aggressive than it was 2 days ago. We had gray through here 2 days ago. By the way, the national blend here is always going to is always going to be very conservative, meaning if it shows you possibly getting an inch or two of snow, add 4 inches to it. It's always going to be very conservative because it's taking into account all the models, which means it has to take into account models that also show 0 snow here. And that brings down the total of the average. So again, national blend, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about this region as the target and New England. But this region is expected to transfer east and this to be the target through the second week of December. So, sorry, I get to your questions. I wanted to look at one other thing. What was it? I think I talked about the updated teleconnections. I didn't look at the 12Z teleconnections today. Arctic oscillation, not buying this really for a second. This control popping up like that. Not really buying. Well, actually, not really buying this. This is collapsing. We see this. I don't understand why this happens. This happened with the 12Z yesterday too. The 12Z always shows a neutral Arctic oscillation, and then you get into the 00Z and it collapses it again. To be fair, though, no, I'm not going to be fair. No, this is collapsing. Don't look at that. EPO is looking normal. We're expecting this large Alaskan ridge. I think this might be negative for a little bit longer than it's projecting here. That's good for cold in the States. NAO, again, we had a negative NAO, negative AO on the 00Z. For some reason, our 12Zs love to... I don't know if anyone in this chat knows why our 12Zs always do this on the teleconnections. That's why I always talk about the 00Zs. Am I missing something? Because the 12Zs continue to do this. I can almost bet you the 00Z of the European weeklies tonight throws it to the south again. And I don't know what's going on. Unless it's an error on WeatherBell. Our PNA showing negative here. I think it's going to stay more neutral. That's kind of what we've been seeing. So I'm kind of going to throw this out. It's continuing to show, though, in very negative WPO, which is really good for cold and snow across the states. In general, high latitude blocking over Canada can trap colder air down in the states from coast to coast for a longer period of time. All right, let me get back to answering more questions. Let me get back to answering more. Let me put this up while I'm answering questions, though. What we're going to do is we're going to put up our European AI. I'm going to put up probability. Actually, I'll put up the Euro because it agrees with the Graphcast. I like what the Euro sees. Let's look at the Euro ensemble. You guys are going to like this. Let's look at the Euro ensemble. And let's look at probabilities winter. Probability of you seeing an inch or more of snow within the next, we'll say, about 10 days. There you go. If you're down here and you're like, crap, again, this is only up to December 2nd. We're expecting snow chances to kind of skyrocket potentially out here at the end of the first week of December. So you're a little bit lagged behind this map here. If you're in the red, the Euro gives you an 100% chance of an inch or more of snow through the next 10 days. If you're in the yellow to the red, it's 50 to 100% chance. If you're in the blue to the green, it's a 10 to a 40% chance of an inch or more snow within the next 10 days, basically. Will West Michigan be getting any snow? I mean, look at that. 70 to 100% chance all of West Michigan's going to see snow here. Even if we push this back a little bit further, you're pretty much there only about 9 days out. Good opportunities here. I'm using the Euro because the Euro, GFS, Graphcast are all kind of linking up. They're kind of agreeing, so I think it's a safe operational control run to look at. And this is the ensemble as well, so it's better than it's not. Those operational control runs linking up make this a safe ensemble to look at. Is Pennsylvania getting snow soon? Yeah, I mean, western and northern Pennsylvania have a much better time than Philly. But again, those mid-Atlantic, coastal mid-Atlantic, coastal New England, this coastal mid-Atlantic, coastal New England snow threat is supposed to elevate through the end of the first week of December. Gosh dang, no Nebraska snow. I mean, this is showing it likes a 50 to 100% chance of snow, a 50 to 90% chance of snow through this region over the next 10 days. Still's giving you about a 20 to 40% chance of snow through southeastern Nebraska over the next 10 days. I mean, if I push this out, you see what the percentages do. But I don't want to get too crazy here. Guys, will Delaware get snow? This region, I'm just going to tell you right now, this region here, coastal New England, coastal mid-Atlantic, I think almost everyone in this region is going to see average to above average snow this year. And I think it's going to be driven by a snowstorm in December. If it's not in December, I still think so. So what can I say? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I said that quite a while ago, over a month ago. Really respectable meteorologist out of D.C. A week or two ago, a week and a half ago, came out and said the same thing. Not saying he was copying me. That just made me happy. I was like, okay, validating me for what I've been seeing and what I've been thinking. Because I was sitting around like, is anyone else seeing this? He came out and said, it looks like a lot of people, it's a good year for the nor'easter to return, maybe one, maybe two. In December, especially mid to late December, there's going to be some opportunities there. Nothing's for sure in forecasting. Nothing's for sure in outlooks. What we can do is say, is the way the atmosphere is set up currently, the way we're moving into December, the way we're moving into winter, does this favor snow in your region, or does it favor less? And we can look at analogs. We can look at other years where it had the same exact setup. Did they get good snow that year? Did they get bad snow that year? So we can only lean you in the direction. But no one, except for God, knows. With mid-Atlantic snow, I don't even know if God knows, guys. That's how hard it is. Because you got the warm Atlantic always trying to push in a warm face and turn that snow into rain right as it heads up into New York City and Philly. What happened to the models showing snow for Columbus, Ohio? Again, snow out here is just delayed. Got delayed about 5 to 6 days. Our core of cold air wants to take a little bit longer to sink from the polar vortex disruption, and that's delaying your snow systems you were seeing out in the Northeast and in Ohio a little bit longer. Will Georgia get snow? It's going to be tough for the first 2 weeks of December. If you want snow, the earliest I think you guys will get snow is third or fourth week of December, just because that southeastern ridge is going to hold for a while. Hope Central Georgia sees more snow this year than last year. The long-range models make me excited. Yeah, the long-range models are being aggressive. I'm excited to start digging into what I think about January. I got to put out a January outlook here soon. Can you go to GFS snow models? Sure. Guys, I got about 5 minutes. I got to hop off. Forgot we're getting the 18Z out here. Oh, man, I'm going to get out right before it loads. That's fine. Look at the 12Z. Here's the latest GFS. I mean, if you want to look at the GFS, if you want to look at that, you want to go crazy, you guys want to go crazy, please don't screenshot this. This is it. I'm just showing you this for fun. Oh my gosh. It stresses me out. Someone's going to screenshot it, put it on Twitter. Yes, this is what the GFS thinks leading up to Christmas, the 25th. This is who it gives snow to. So, the odds of that's that's a shot in the dark, guys. European Weekly. This is who it thinks gets snow before Christmas. I'll go to European Control just for fun. There you go. It's aggressive though. You like to see it. You like to see it aggressive. You also love to see that it really thinks we're going to get snow in the Mid-Atlantic and New England coast, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, all the fun places. New York City. They like to see that, which is fun for you guys. Just as a hope to hold on to. You know what I mean? Because if it's an aggressive outlook, that makes you happy. It's aggressive for a reason. GFS thinks it too, and then pushing into kind of our CFS. Our CFS is going to be, I don't know what our CFS is doing. Let's get out of there. All right. Okay, I do have to get off. I didn't want to jump off this quick, guys. Boston again, I think is going to see above average snow this year. You got a good setup through December, especially. I appreciate you guys. This is my second stream today. Wish it could be longer. Got stuff to do. Again, if you're new here, appreciate the follows. Appreciate engaging in the chat, helping the algorithm. Jamie, Gemini, I appreciate you. Mods, I appreciate you for hopping in middle of the day. If you guys want to join the Climate Crew, awesome Discord. Link is right down in the description. Hop on in, join an awesome community. Bunch of nerds, bunch of funny stuff in the Discord. I'll be posting again tomorrow. Well, maybe I'll take tomorrow morning off. I haven't taken a morning off in quite a while. I'll be posting tomorrow morning and live streaming tomorrow morning again. I mean, I do it every single morning. So there's a chance I'm not on tomorrow morning, but the chances are low. I'll probably be on 7 days a week. I'm typically posting in the morning and live streaming. I appreciate you guys. Have a awesome Friday.